So Jack, we were thinking about you today during music because we listened to the song from the Batman Lego movie, and I know that you are a huge fan of Batman. So what an important word for us to know how to spell, right? So before we spell, let's start thinking about our letters and thinking about their sounds, because we need to know all 26 letters and we need to know all 44 sounds in order to be able to spell, right? So let's go through the alphabet together, and if you have your alphabet sheet and you can look at it while we do this, that would be really helpful. So here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? All right, so those were all our letters, and now let's do a little bit with our letter sounds to get ready for our spelling. So who is this? Hunter, and this is how we do Hunter's name in sign language, right? Hunter's name begins with H, begins with H, begins with H. Hunter's name begins with H. And who's this? Alex. Alex's name begins with A, begins with A, begins with A. Alex's name begins with A, 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 a. Daniel's name begins with D, begins with D, begins with D. Daniel's name begins with D, da, 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 da. Who's this, guys? Elijah. Elijah's name begins with E, begins with E, begins with E. Elijah's name begins with E, a, 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 a. Who's this? It's you, Jack. Jack's name begins with J, begins with J, begins with J. Jack's name begins with J, ja, 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 ja. And who's this? Will. Will's name begins with W, begins with W, begins with W. Will's name begins with W, wah, 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 wah. And Jacob. Jacob's name begins with J, begins with J, begins with J. Jacob's name begins with J, ja, 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 ja. And last but not least, Julian. Julian's name begins with J, begins with J, begins with J. Julian's name begins with J, ja, 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 ja. All right, guys, good job. Now we've got all of our letters in our heads and some of the sounds our letters make, so we are ready to spell Batman, right? All right, here we go. B, Batman, B. B says B. That pen didn't work. There we go. B, B, B. Ah, ah. Can you see this, guys? This glare is pretty awful. Is that better? That's a little better. Okay, B, ah. regular A sound, and I'll make that lowercase because it's not our first letter. Bat. T says t. Batman. M says Batman. Oh, same as here. A says like in Alex's name. Batman. N says All right, guys. I'd like you to please write the word Batman. Have a great day.